Hey everybody, Josh Collacchi here with RotoCurve, and we're back again for week 2 in NFL. Of course, we talked about quarterbacks, we talked about running backs, we talked about receivers. What's that last position? It's the tight end. And it's going to be weird to discuss this slate this week because, like last week, we didn't see Rob Gronkowski on the Sunday slate because he played on Thursday. This week, we're not going to see Travis Kelce, who some people like to say is baby Gronk, as he's going to be playing on Thursday. So you're going to miss him for the Sunday slate as well. But what's that mean? That means Gronkowski's available. Now, you're not going to hear me say this much, but I think I'm going to stay away from Rob Gronkowski. And if you can hear it in my voice, it hurts because he's one of my favorite players in the NFL. He's one of all fantasy's favorite players in the NFL as well because the guy just scores touchdowns. I believe he has 54 in his career now. But against Buffalo, I don't think I'm going to be paying for him at 8,300 on FanDuel. Problem is, Buffalo's defense is incredible. They have very good linebackers in Preston Brown, Manny Lawson. They have an excellent defensive line, and their secondary is very good as well. You heard Stephon Gilmore talk about the fact that he wants to cover Rob Gronkowski, but it also saw the fact today that he's going to get triple covered sometimes. And although Rex Ryan has said some things before and not done it in a game, I think that means some business this time because a guy like that, you're going to have to triple cover. And really, for the rest of that offense, it's Tom Brady, Julian Edelman, and Rob Gronkowski. They're not really going to see much other speed. So for the rest of that fast defense, seeing a guy like Gronk, I'm not sure, and it hurts me to say this, that I'm going to be able to pay up for him. That being said, that means we're going to save some money at the tight end position. So let's look at some other options for that position on FanDuel. The first guy is Tyler Eifert for the Cincinnati Bengals at 5,900. Eifert was a star in week 1. He caught 9 passes for 104 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Raiders. He looked like the guy that the Bengals thought they drafted. Of course, in his first 2 years, you didn't necessarily see him lighting up the scoreboard. But he was behind Jermaine Gresham. He didn't play many snaps. And now it looks like he's finally accustomed to the offense, and he's going to be that second-tier option to A.J. Green. And that being said, with A.J. Green on the outside, most of those throws up the middle, which Andy Dalton loves, is going to go to Tyler Eifert. In week 2, Eifert's going to face the San Diego Chargers, who gave up a touchdown last week to a tight end in Eric Ebron. And if you watch that touchdown, it was a pass up the middle on a go route in the seam. And that's exactly the kind of route that Tyler Eifert succeeds on. So with the fact that that happened last week, I wouldn't be surprised to see a similar route run maybe once, maybe twice in the red zone by Tyler Eifert. And against the same offense that you just saw happen for last week, you might see another touchdown or 2 this week. And at 5,900, he's still a bargain. The other tight end I wanted to discuss is Jordan Reed, 5,000. He's another bargain. And if you've seen him when healthy, that's a big win because that guy's been hurt pretty much his entire career. But when he is on the field, he's very good. He led the Redskins in targets last week with 11 targets. I think he ended up catching around 9 or 7 passes for 63 yards and a touchdown. He did get away with a little bit of a push, but a touchdown's a touchdown, and that's 6 fantasy points on FanDuel. Now, once Deshaun Jackson got hurt last week, and he's going to be out for the next few weeks, that passing offense really just flowed right through Jordan Reed. So expect him to see a lot of targets as he did last week in week 2. And he has a relatively good matchup as well. And it's weird to say that because the defense that he's facing is the St. Louis Rams, who have an excellent front 7, have a very good defensive line, and have a few good linebackers. But they do struggle in the middle of the field for whatever reason. They gave up a touchdown last week to Jimmy Graham, and Jordan Reed's going to see a lot more targets than Graham did see. And they're similar players. They're not similar skill sets. Jimmy Graham is far superior, but they're similar players in terms of receiving, as they can both go up and get the ball, and they're very good route runners. So expect Jordan Reed to see a lot of targets this week, and at a price of just 5,000, he makes for a good play against a team that has a good defense but still struggles against tight ends. 2 other guys that I wanted to discuss real quick are Martellus Bennett, who's going to see a lot of targets, of course, with the rest of those Bears secondary or the Bears receiving corps struggling with injuries and battling back and kind of playing through injury, of course, with Alshon Jeffrey there. So Bennett's going to see a lot of targets. You saw him score a touchdown last week. The other guy is Darren Fells for the Arizona Cardinals. Looks like the Cardinals finally have a receiving tight end, and Fells looked really good last week. He caught a touchdown pass, and for considering the fact that he has a good matchup this week, he's another guy to consider. So wrapping up tight end for this week, I don't like Rob Gronkowski, and it hurts me to say it, but there are some other good options you can use. I like Tyler Eifert. I like Jordan Reed. And, of course, you can fit in guys like Martellus Bennett, or if you wanted to punt tight end or pick a guy really cheap, that's Darren Fells. That wraps up our segment for tight end and all 4 positions this week on FanDuel. So be sure to continue to look at the rest of the RotoCurve site. There's a whole bunch of tools, videos, tips, and it's all free. So get your fix, set your lineups, and let's hopefully make some money and make week 2 a profitable one in NFL. Good luck, everybody.